I have been waiting a long time for us to sit and talk because we've known each other for a long time. And there are a lot of people who call you like a Dodger legend. How do you feel when they call you a legend?
It's hard to believe, but I appreciate the honor that they throw on me. And I think it's, for me, it's a respect that I think that during my playing career, I went out there every day, whether I felt 100% or I felt 10%, and tried my best to do well and to entertain the fans who paid their good money to come and watch us play. And I think that's why I like the legend the most, is the fact is I think it's a respect from the fans have given me for what I did for them.
To you, what was your greatest moment as a Dodger?
I've had so many good moments. I mean, being in your first World Series, taking a while to win one, but we did that after three misses. But I think my biggest thrill for me is putting on a Dodger uniform in 1972 against the Giants, and Walter Austin was the manager. I just got called up from Portland, and walking out there and catching that night and going 1 for 3 and got my base hit off of Don McMahon.
You guys had so much fun. I mean, sure, it was baseball and it was work at times, but man, sometimes I wondered, are they having more fun or are they having more work?
Well, I think it's easier to work when you're having fun. And how can you not have fun when you come to Dodger Stadium and put on a Dodger uniform or go out on the field and do something and get paid a little bit at the time? Now you get paid a whole lot, but at the time we got paid pretty good money for the time. But you're doing something that you enjoy doing every day as a kid, and you did it for free. And now you're out there in Dodger Stadium. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
What about being behind the plate and trying to intimidate the batter by saying, well, you know, Sutton, he's a little wild today, so you better watch out.
You know, I remember how Joe Morgan used to flap his arm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, Joe, you're never going to fly. And he'd say, be quiet and let me hit. And then, of course, Pete would bend over like he did this way, and Sutton would be on the mound. I'd say, Pete, stand up, I can't see the pitcher, which was a true story. I couldn't see him. And he said, you're going to throw me a curveball anyway. Well, then hit it. And Don would throw that big curveball he had, and Pete would look at it. I said, why didn't you swing at it? And he said, I thought you were lying to me. I said, Pete, I never lied to you, you know. But I tried everything, you know. If you could think of me and I can get you aggravated, it's a little bit help with my pitcher. I did everything, you know. If you're not cheating, you ain't trying to win.
That's it. And there's the story. I know it would never happen. It could never happen today, where one day Tommy Lasorda sent Don Rickles out on the mound. When I try to tell people that, they said, oh, you got to be kidding. You're lying. And
true story.
It's a true story.
True story, right here in Dodger Stadium. Sent him out on the mound, and I'm watching Rickles, and he's walking around the mound, talking to the pitcher, and I forgot who the pitcher was. It might have been Royce for all I know. But he was yelling and screaming at Royce, pumping him up and that stuff, and just walked away. And I was laughing so hard I couldn't say anything. I just walked back behind the plate. But that's the stuff we used to do. And how Tommy got away with it, I have no idea. But the umpires liked it too.
Man, you talk about the way he had, the influence he had on people both on and off the field, talking about Tommy.
Tommy is probably the world's greatest motivator that I've ever seen. He was a father you didn't have when you were playing for him. He was a brother. He was a person that you could go talk to. It was just remarkable how he loved us and how we loved him. And I think having a guy like Tommy is a guy you want to play a little bit harder for, because he's the biggest cheerleader we got.
I know there are a lot of people who have described you in many ways. But one of the best I've heard is when they talk about you, they say, you know what? When you talk about Steve, when you talk about Yang, his nickname, he is one really tough.
Well, I think that goes with the position. You know, you had to be tough. You got, if you're a young catcher today and you get hit with a foul ball, or you get run over at home plate, you get knocked down a little bit, you got to get up, dust your uniform off, and keep going, because that goes with the area. You choose, and when you choose that position, you choose the bumps and bruises that goes with it. But there's so much fun that I got out of catching, because I caught some great pitchers in my career. We didn't care how we won it, as long as we won it. We never gave up. We never stopped. And our pitching and our defense and some timely hitting, I think it made it very successful for what we did for a number of years.